Hi beautiful people, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. It's great to have you in my little corner of YouTube where we speak all things adulting, faith and lifestyle. Before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button. That red button must turn gray. Give this video a massive thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment down below what you enjoyed about today's video and what other videos you'd like to see. Share this with anybody and everybody who you think might need it. And last but not least, hit those notification bells so that you do not miss another video. So without wasting any more time, let us get straight into today's video. So we're back again with another sit down. The last video you guys saw was a vlog. So this is another sit down and one that I am extremely passionate about. I think I say that in every video because I'm very passionate about the things that I speak about on my channel. But this should have gone out last month already. We are almost in the third month of the year, almost. And this video hasn't gone out yet, so better late than never, but this should have gone out a really long time ago. Anyway, so today I want to speak about the habits that will help you and myself, because I'm doing these things religiously, so I can't preach something that I'm not doing myself, but habits that will help you excel in 2024 and beyond. I might be preaching to the converted because I have mentioned a lot of these on my channel before, but I thought why not refresh your memory and also add in a few things that I have not mentioned that I'm currently doing at the moment to help me be a bit more productive, to help me be a bit more healthy, to help me basically create who I want to be and how I envision my life to be in the future. So without wasting any more time, let us get straight into the first one. The first habit that I am getting into, I'm still learning this one, but it's pretty much a habit now. I've been doing it for almost 2 months, is limiting my screen time. Now, I found that it's not that I don't have a lot of hours in the day or enough hours in the day. I'm just using those hours to scroll and text on my phone. So I'm the problem, I'm the problem. I went through my screen time statistics and my social media scrolling, which is surprising because I barely post. I only post that I go to gym daily. Besides that, I barely post. So it's very surprising that my screen time is this high. But nonetheless, a lot of my time was going to scrolling on social media. So by limiting my screen time, I found that I can do so much more with that time. So many more productive things. Clean, cook, read. I've just recently started a couple of Udemy courses as well to upskill myself, especially in this transition of my life, which I'll speak about next week. But you guys already know what it's all about. So limiting my screen time has really helped me channel that time into more productive tasks that I can then look back at the end of the day and say, yes, I ticked everything off my to-do list. And this wasn't part of my notes, but to add to this, I've also started, blocking my phone hours as well. Like I've set my screen time on my phone settings to lock me out of some apps if I've reached a certain time limit. And that has also helped me a lot because if it locks me out, okay, I mean, I could unlock it if I wanted to, but the discipline factor is actually not going into it anymore. So if I've used, or if I've been on my phone or been on social media for an hour, that is Pinterest, because I spend a lot of my time on Pinterest, Instagram, and WhatsApp or whatever, it's gonna lock me out after an hour. And then I won't be able to use those apps again for the rest of the day unless if I manually unlock them to ask for more time, right? So, I mean, yes, that freedom is there, but if you're trying to discipline yourself and get out of using your phone more, try your best not to unlock yourself out of those or get yourself back into those apps. It defeats the whole purpose of trying to limit your screen time. Number 2. Anything that happens in your mind will manifest in your life. So by changing your mindset, you have to read. So this would be my second habit, reading daily, even if it's just for 15 minutes. I kid you not, it makes a difference. So you guys know from my Instagram, if you don't follow me on Instagram, please follow me there. I'll put my handle down here. But if you don't follow me on Instagram, anyway, but if you're not reading every single day, how are you expanding your mind? How are you learning new things? I think the one thing that young adults actually overlook quite a lot is the learning aspect of your development, right? So I'm a lifelong learner. Like I mentioned, I'm doing Udemy courses, I read daily and so forth. But how do you continue to keep yourself relevant? How do you continue to keep yourself marketable? How do you continue to improve how you think, how you do things, if you're not educating yourself more? So reading daily will help you in any area of your life, whether it is reading personal development books, spiritual books, or spiritual slash religious books, finance books, entrepreneurship books, leadership books. Those are all the books that I currently read. If you want me to do a video on the books that I read, or my top 10 books, I'll be happy to do that. But these are the things or the books that I read to help me train my mind to think in a certain way, to help me speak in a certain way, to help me perform my tasks in a certain way. And that overall helps me become a better person. I'm able to show up a bit better at work, show up a bit better in my personal life, show up a bit better in my spiritual life, and so much more, So reading daily will help you teach yourself, especially if you're trying to move from where you are to where you want to be, and you've done a gap analysis of your life and you are trying to kind of audit to see where you want to be and how you're going to get there. Reading will play a pivotal point in helping you excel in that area. The third thing that I'm doing, which I've mentioned quite a bit, I will upload updated routines on my channel very soon. They are in the pipelines, but having set morning and evening routines. Sometimes we don't have enough time because we haven't structured our time. Putting systems in place to know that your body does something at a certain time in the day will help you alleviate a lot of stress in your life. So knowing that you wake up at a certain time every single day, you wake up, you pray, you read your Bible, you go to gym, you come back, you shower, you drink your vitamins, and you get ready for the day and start your work day. Then you're good. And if you've created a system for that, because I'm going to start using systems quite a lot, especially after reading Atomic Habits last year. Systems are more sustainable than routines, or habits rather. So if you create these systems, then you know that this is how your life is structured and this is how it's going to be. Yes, if you're on holiday, it might look a bit different, or if you're going through a life transition, if you get married or whatever, you're going to have to tweak it here and there. But having that system in your life, that that's something that you don't have to think about. It's stuff that happens automatically. Just like in the evening, you come back from work, you prepare dinner. If you haven't meal prepped, you prepare dinner, you go for a quick workout at the gym, or you take a walk just to decompress. You come back, you shower, you journal, you read, and you get ready for bed. You know what I mean? So having those systems in place and those routines in place will help your mind not think about certain things. Because what I found is that sometimes I'm mentally exhausted because I'm thinking more about things that I shouldn't be thinking about. I shouldn't be thinking about, oh, it's time to brush my teeth. Oh, I should pack. Guys, those are things that really you can save your mind from thinking about those things. Like, genuinely, you can save your mind from thinking about those things by setting systems in place. So I really hope that helps you guys. When it comes to routines, listen, I'm extremely passionate about routines and structure in your life. And some people might say I take my life a bit too seriously in that manner, but that is one thing that I refuse to default on when it comes to maybe my methods of working, the places that I work in and so forth. I'm a bit more flexible, but when it comes to my morning and evening structures, don't play with me. Don't, because also you are then affecting the next day for me. For example, if my evening routine is affected, then my morning routine for the next day is affected as well. So let's not play like that. You know what I mean? Okay, on to the next one. 4, clean your space. Your space and its neatness and its cleanliness is a direct determinant of how your mind is at that moment in time. If your space is untidy, it probably is a direct reflection as to what is happening in your mind. There's probably a lot going on. You're probably very stressed. You probably have a lot of things on your mind, and that then manifests into the environment that you find yourself living in. So make sure that your place is clean so that your clean space can lead to a clean mind. It really helps me, not sure if it's going to help a lot of other people, but it really helps me to make sure that number one, I start the week off in a very clean space, and I make sure that I tidy up every single day. So after my work day, what I do is set a 15-minute timer. I put things away. If it's clothes that I didn't wear or that I, washed or whatever, I put those things away. I do the dishes. I tidy up my workspace so that in the morning I can start on a clean slate. It's like turning a new page in a chapter of a book. I don't know if that makes sense, but just having a clean space helps me think a bit more clearly. It helps my brain feel a bit less cluttered. So not sure if this one is for everyone, but cleaning your space is a big part for me. The fifth one, which I won't dwell on a lot because I have an entire video about it, I will link it in the tags, but budget and manage your finances. So by alleviating, or in order to alleviate the stress of missing bills, or missing bill payments and debit orders, have a solid payday routine. Make sure that you've updated your budget for the month at hand. If you're going away, make sure you've budgeted for it. If there's birthdays this month, budget for them, and so forth. And if it means separating your money into different accounts for savings and travel and entertainment and bills and so forth, then do that. I have done a payday routine video before, and as I mentioned, I'll tag it down below. But having a payday routine definitely helps. It's like a system as well. It helps you know that for 30 minutes or for an hour on a monthly basis, this is what I'm going to do to make sure that I channel my finances where they're supposed to go, and for the rest of the month I don't have to think about it. Yes, obviously you have to track here and there, but I don't have to think about it. So it will help you in the area of your finances to make sure you're on top of things, making sure you're on top of your savings and your investments, and on top of your budget in general, and essentially then walking that journey of reaching financial freedom by the time that you would like to reach financial freedom. The sixth thing that I'm doing to help me excel in 2024 is planning my weeks and my days. So what I've started doing, either at the end of my Sunday or very early on my Monday morning, I plan what my week is going to look like. That goes for gym. Am I going to the gym or in the morning or in the evening? Am I going to gym in the morning or in the evening that day? What am I eating? What am I wearing? How many times am I going to the office? What are the outfits that I'm going to the office with? What are the outfits that I'm staying at home with? Those things are very important. Those are things that you don't have to be thinking about every single day. Like, I think a lot of this is all a mind game to help you not think about mundane things so that your energy can be channeled into the bigger things that you have to, focus on. So that would be a holistic view of my week. Am I going to young adults? Am I going to home cell? Am I serving at church that week? All those things will go into my weekly plan. Do I have a date with a friend on Saturday or during the week or whatever? Those are things that I plan on a Sunday evening or a Monday morning. But on a daily basis, which I've mentioned in my routines before, I think I have. Yes, I think in my morning routine, my old one, as it's still something I do. But in the morning, I plan my day to day. What time is focus time? And that will be then for deep work, maybe from 8 to 10, then, or 8 to 11. Then from 11 till 1, I'm doing research or pushing out PowerPoint documents. Then from 1 until 2, I am having lunch. Then from 2 until 5, I'm doing something else. Then from 5 until 7 or 6:30, that's upskilling time. And I block those times in my diary. If you open my diary, you'll see from this time to this time, it's gym. From this time to this time, it's development and upskilling time. From this time to this time, it's my evening break. I'm very religious and diligent when it comes to doing those things because you need to be able to track each and every hour of your day. That goes back to limiting screen time, right? So it's not that we don't have enough hours in the day. It's just we're spending it on things that we don't understand. And when you look back at the day, it's like, oh, I didn't go through my entire to-do list. What did I spend my day doing? Where did all that time go? What did I do with that time? And then you're able to track, hey, I did this from this time. Oh, this took a bit longer than I expected. So maybe next time I will allocate an extra hour to it, or I'll be able to squeeze in or catch up on something else in a shorter space of time. So small things like that are extremely important. By time blocking your day, in order for you to track hour by hour where your time is going. The seventh thing that I'm doing which I used to be very good at, and then I started sucking, and now I'm getting back into it. But meal prepping. Guys, you will be so surprised at how much time you save by meal prepping at the beginning of the week and maybe in the middle of the week as well. Now, this is coming from someone who hates cooking. You guys know. Is guys, I I hate cooking, right? But in order for me to, number one, make sure I stay on track with my budget, so by not taking buying takeouts, and number two, by saving that time that I would spend cooking every single day, I'm able to then channel that time and energy into other things. I can rest. I can actually squeeze in an episode of something on TV. Small things like that are things to think about when it comes to meal prepping. And when it comes to managing your finances, you know that you're not going to buy takeouts because there's food in the house. Like, I've reached the age, guys, I never thought I'd get here, right? But I've reached the age where I tell myself, there's food at home. There is food at home. In this economy, in Cyril's economy, you cannot afford to be saying, I'm stopping at McDonald's on my way home from work every single day. There's no money. There's food at home. So stand up and cook on a Sunday or a Monday evening. I usually do it on a Monday evening because I find that going shopping on a Sunday just makes me very anxious. As a socially anxious human being, going to the shops when everyone is at the shops just makes me feel very anxious. So I slip out during the day because I mainly work remotely now. Go and get some food, come back, cook after work, and then I know that I'm sorted for the next 3 or 4 days. And then I know that I can then, redo that whole thing maybe on a Wednesday or a Thursday to get me through. The only times where I'm a bit more lenient with myself are on Saturdays and Sundays, but I really do try to eat more at home, and meal prepping has definitely helped with that. And I think also the one thing that frustrated me about my body goals is that I was working out every single day, but I wasn't eating healthy. And you know how they say it's 70% nutrition and 30% working out. I wasn't seeing the results that I wanted to see because I wasn't eating properly. It's not that I was eating a lot of junk, but even in the house, I'd eat a lot of carbs, a lot of bread, a lot of, and it was defeating the whole purpose. So meal prepping helped me with that as well, so that I'm able to see a bit more change in my body, and I'm loving it. And yes, there's so much more room for improvement, but it has definitely helped me in that regard. The eighth and final thing that I want to share with you guys today is journaling. Journaling every single day. Life moves by so quickly. Things happen so quickly. Your emotions can change 5 times in a day. And in order for you to document some of those things, some good things and bad things can happen at work, for example, or at school. And in order for you to document those things and be able to have a reference point to look back at 5, 10, 15 years from now, you can journal. I love the new app that Apple now has, where it's a journaling app, and I'm really starting to abuse that because the thought of sitting and writing is cute, and sometimes I do reach for my notebook instead of my phone, but I think it's a bit more convenient to journal on my phone. That way I know that I don't have bulky notebooks stacking up in the house that I don't know what to do with, because I'm a very sentimental person and I don't want to throw them out. So at least if it's on my phone, it's going to be on the cloud forever, right? So speaking about the emotions that you felt that day, what good happened, what bad happened, and then you're able to look back and say, wow, Rory, you've grown. Wow, Rory, that prayer that you put in that journal entry has been answered. God has been so faithful. Small things like that are definitely good in helping track where you've come from, and in comparison to where you are right now. So journaling is something very important, and it definitely helps with decluttering your mind as well, knowing that you're going to sleep on a clean slate, waking up with all your thoughts being documented from the previous day, and you're not then carrying them over into the next day, because that is something that also weighs us down without us even noticing. So in closing, I just want to highlight, if you want your life to look different, you can't continue doing the same things. If you want to live a more financially stable life, if you want to live a healthier life, if you want to, manage your stress better, there are so many things that you can start implementing today that will help you get to that kind of life. Now, I want to pose this question to you before I end off the video. This video is dropping on the 17th of February, 2024. How will your life look on the 17th of February 2025? And will you be happy with how that life looks? So with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to drop some of your daily habits and weekly habits and monthly habits that you are doing in order to help you excel and stay on top of things this year. And with that, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share this with anybody and everybody that you think might need it. With so much love and so much light from me to you. Have an amazing rest of the day. Stay safe and God bless. Bye, guys.